Hello everyone, Andrew here. Welcome back to the Moonlight server. We're here at my base where we left off last time. Hi. And last time, as I mentioned briefly, that before ending the episode, that we were looking at potentially doing a project right up in here that had to do with some reed farm or a sugarcane farm using some slime blocks and a really neat farm style that I've seen and I wanted to build. But since we last did our chores and whatnot, transferring all that material and supplies back and forth between my base and the clubhouse, we have had some really awesome events take place that has led us out into the deep blue sea. Yes, sirree. We have a new project, which I have a lot of materials here in my inventory. I got a lot of glass, I got lava, signs, ladders. I got some blocks of iron here because we are going to need a lot of hoppers. And I got some coal because I'm going to need to make some more torches once we get there. But this project is at the new ocean temple that we happened to find right off of a fellow Moonlighter's base. And that is Glamow Crazy. Right outside of her base, we happened to spot an ocean temple, and myself and Kagome, the other Moonlighter whose base is right over there, he and I have decided that we are going to take on building a guardian farm. Haha, missed me. But we're going to take on that little project. As we want to get that going. We want to get that farm producing. And while we were looking at the area there, oh, by the way, if you happen to watch the Moonlight series, this right here where I came out of, that's where the Wither Skull farming area that Griffoniak set up. It was right up there. And also, if I can remember where it is, let's see, take a look over here, is the Blaze Crusher that Impulse built. Is right over here. So just to orient where I'm going with those of you that have watched the Moonlight series. Yeah, so I'm just heading down here. We extended the road style that I had started back up there with where our portals are at, and Kagome and we finished it up around to his base, and then we wanted to extend the road out here off towards where Glam has built her base. So we're heading out that way now. And like I said, we were out there, and while we were looking around at the temple, the ocean temple, this way to Glammy's base and Ocean Temple. While we were out there, we started batting around some ideas for a few other projects that we wanted to do. Then we'll take a look at those when we get out there. But oh, looks like Glammy's she's really likes the birch, and looks like she's doing some work with some birch logs here. It's kind of interesting, making a low roof. So, but we'll head on out there, and once we got into this open area, it looked like we built some walls here, I guess for some protection, fall protection, but also from the lovely ghasts that like to pop in. And to give our path a little extra, I would say sprucing up, but it's more birch rather. So put some birch trees down here, give it a little accent along the path, keep it from getting too boring. Because it is a little bit of a walk out here to Glammy's base. She really went a ways away from the central nether hub. So, okay, here we are. You can see Glam's portal to her base is right here. There's to Glammy's base. And what we did is, this is the way we came in. What it did is extended the tunnel over here, and we made a portal to the temple. And you can see these two portals are really close together. And that's because, as I'm sure if you did not already know it, that in the nether, each one block that you travel, across the ground. Each one of these blocks is actually 8 blocks in the overworld. So these two portals here in the Nether are real close together, even though the ocean temple was, you could see it was way out there. So, and then we did a little styling in here, make this look like the ocean temple. So let's head on in there, take a look at what we got. And like I said, so we hop out. Here's our portal room. Pretty simple at the moment. Not too much going on here. We'll get back and give this thing some love a little later. But so we pop out of here. We have a little hallway, and this is basically a U. We're at the edge of the end of one wing of the temple. So this, as you can see, is all water on the other side. So we have, this is the portal room here, and you can see I'm not showing the rest of the temple yet because I just want you to see here. This is the one side, and it just comes around both sides. So it's just the portal room here, and then let me swing around, and here is the temple. Here it is. We have a attic area that is up here. There's a second level. So we are here, and here is the main entrance to the temple. So if you were to actually swim over here, this would be the way that you would come and get inside. And Glammy's base is back over that direction. And then we've got the big open. We opened this whole area up here, and with the exception of this little guy, this little structure here, and this is going to come into play with our Guardian farms. So let me run you down real quick what we have going on. As you can see, we've got a lot of open space. Now, we are going to base our farm design, our Guardian farm design is going to be based around the design that we saw XB Crafted build on his Hermitcraft episode 21, 22, 23. It starts on 21, and he did a fantastic Guardian farm, very straightforward, very simple, not very complex. It was basically a drop shaft with a lava blade, so that with underneath the spawn pads, the Guardians would spawn. They would fall down through the spawning area into a drop shaft, fall down, hit lava, and start, get caught on fire, and then fall an additional 20 some odd blocks and hit the bottom of the shaft. And the combination of the being lit on fire and the fall damage would kill them, and the drops of their drops, whatever they drop, whether it be the shards, the crystals, the fish, the whatever, would get caught in a bunch of hoppers and then be transported to a storage system. Very simple, very straightforward. And we are going to base our design pretty much using those same concepts. However, if you can see, I have gone ahead and made 3 outlines on the floor, and we're gonna do 3 spawn pads. So the idea is that this spawn pad and this spawn pad, the fish will drop, the Guardians rather, will drop down, and then they will be ushered over to the center area here using water flows. Then this spawn pad, the Guardians will be the spawning up here. They will fall straight down and go into the drop chute combined with these two, the Guardians from those two. And all 3 will go down the drop chute. They'll get hit with some lava, and they'll fall to their deaths down below. And way down below, we're going to have the hoppers, and they'll collect all of the drops. Then they will be a water transportation distribution system that will take the drops over to a glass item elevator, which will be over here, way down below, down there, at the same level, the bottom of the kill chute. But the item elevator will be way over here, and it will come back up right here where this 3x3 structure is. So we're going to replace this with glass all the way down. Now, I'm told that the item elevators no longer have to be built out of glass. You can use regular blocks. I did see Mumbo Jumbo create one that worked using stone. And if that is true, then way down at the bottom up to below the surface here, we'll use stone or cobble or something like that, save us on the glass, because nobody's going to be seeing it anyway. But here where you can look at it, we'll have glass here, then the items will come up, and then the last section or the last piece of the puzzle, we've got these little ocean lamps are keeping things lit, but they do make it hard to see all the way across the room, so I apologize. But in this area right here, this area between this spawn pad, so this block row right here, all the way over to about here, somewhere in here, is roughly 20 blocks. And in this area, in this space, we are going to put in an item sorting and storage section, and it will have 3 sections, 3 pods, if you will, to borrow the term from Tango in his latest Iron Titan video. However, these sections, we're gonna have 3 of them, and each section will have 5 columns of chests. Okay, so they'll be end on. So you'll see them, like this. So there'll be 1, and there'll be 2, 3, 4, 5. There'll be 5 chests, and at this point, I'm not sure if it'll be 4 or 5 chests high. It just depends on how the water system coming out of the elevator coming across and into the sorters. We'll see, but it will more likely to be at least 4 chests high. We can always probably dig down a little bit, and put 1 row of chests down underneath here if we really need to. But we're going to have 3 sections of 5. Like I said, the first 5 will be for the shards. We have some right here. So there'll be the first 5 chests will be for shards. The next 5 will be for prismarine crystals. Then there will be 2 chests, 2 columns of chests for fish. And because occasionally there will be squids that will spawn in there, we're going to have 1 column of chests for ink sacs, and the remaining 2 columns of chests will be either for just our own storage, like we have just miscellaneous items here, and for future expansion, just in case. We'll give ourselves a couple extra chests there. That is the ratio that we're gonna start out with, and we can always modify it. The filter, we can always modify it if we find that we have too much space or not enough for any particular item. We can deal with that. But so that's the goal. So I am going to offload a lot of these supplies. We have a beacon here that we transported from one of the mesa biomes. Kagome transported that beacon over here, giving us haste 2 so that we can do a lot of digging really quick. And we'll get to work on these spawn pads, get the general shape of these things going, and I'll check back in with you in a little while. Hello everyone, we're back. Okay, progress report. As you can see, the 3 spawn pads have been dug out. We've got a little bit of a funneling effect going on. You can see this pad is going to filter everything. Once the water source blocks get in, the guardians that spawn in this area, they're going to drop. They'll be pushed along towards the center. The guardians that will spawn in this pad with the water source blocks will be pushed towards the center and toward the back from this end. And the guardians that spawn in this pad will be pushed back that way towards the back into the drop chute here. And this is a 4x5 drop chute. And if we look at our F3 coordinates, you can see the Y block, we're looking at 28, 29, 28 right there on that bottom one. So this first cobble here is 27. We're going to go down to about 25, or I'm sorry, we're going to go down about 25 levels. So to about level 3 or level 4 will go down there. But we'll have a lava blade just below this level here, maybe 1 or 2 levels down. We'll have a lava blade, and that'll catch the guardians on fire. Then the fall damage from the 20 some odd block fall, those two combined should deal with the guardians, and then they'll die down at the bottom, and we'll have the hoppers that'll collect all the drops, and we'll work on that now. So we're gonna dig this drop chute out. We'll get that going all the way down. We'll get the hoppers in place, and then we'll maybe start scaffolding out a little bit where we're going to go for the item elevator. And also we still have to get the spawn pads themselves in place. So we'll get working on all of that. So that's where we're at now. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, hey everybody, we're back. We've got another progress report. The funnels have now all been filled in with water blocks here. You see the water is just funneling right on down into the kill chute. I added some pressure plates here because this design, it doesn't actually use the 8 block limit water drop, so I just use pressure plates to stop the water right there at the corners instead of trying to redesign and redig out this whole thing. It's just, you know what, this will work just fine. I actually am getting occasional guardian spawns in the corners, and they're flowing right down, and they were dropping on my head as I was digging the chute. So it appears to be working just fine. And then I've gone and cleared out the lanterns, sea lanterns here, just to get them out of the way. Also, I have gone and taken this structure out and built the glass elevator vertical tube over here, and we can take a look from down below, and you can see that that's right here. And I believe I saw a creeper out of the corner of my eye. Get that guy out of the way. So it must have a dark enough spot somewhere here for him to spawn. But anyway, so we've got the glass elevator tube here, and you can see my upside down pyramid for the funnels. And eventually we maybe switch some of these out for glass and whatnot, but right now we just want to get this farm going. Okay, so that is where we're at right now. I'm gonna finish digging this item elevator all the way down, and then I'm gonna get down the drop shaft over there, and we'll get a tunnel dug from one to the other, probably just over from the center there, come across, and then straight down this way over to here. Make it real simple, and that'll connect those two up, and then we can get on with the spawn pads up top, and we'll see if we can't get some items flowing, and then next thing it'll be the sorting and storage. So okay, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're back again. I've done a lot of work on the spawning pads. It's been quite a number of hours. It's actually the next day. I've put a lot of hours in last night on the spawning pads, the 3 of them over here, getting them all set, and I actually had some guardians spawning in there. I've got the hoppers in there. I would give you a tour of it. However, well, before I go into that, let's take a look at these, and you can see I've got all the water is in. All the stuff would be flowing down into these funnels, from the 3 pads. I've got these little glass panes here to begin the spawning areas. But as I mentioned, it's the next day, and I had a chance to sleep on it overnight, and I'm just really not. I'm not liking what I came up with here. I really don't like it. I want to make this a little bit different. It just didn't turn out the way I had envisioned in my mind, and I don't want to settle for something that just works. The pressure plates here are just bugging me, and it shouldn't be that way. This should be a lot better. So I don't want to disappoint you guys for taking the time to watch these videos, and I'm not willing to settle for it. So going to take another crack at this. I'm going to get all this water out of here. I'm going to redo these funnels to make it look a little better. I think maybe work a little better, and I'll be a little happier with it. So if you'll once again give me a little bit of time, we'll get all this stuff ripped out. We'll take another shot at it, and we'll be back again in a little bit. Okay, we'll see what it looks like shortly. And we're back, everybody. Okay, look, we are at the bottom of a very deep shaft down here. Been going really good with the update on the Guardian farm, and I wanted to just show you where we're at so far. So as you can see, we are way down at the bottom of the shaft here, and it's a little bit bigger than it was before, but that's because I needed to move it over by 2 blocks, and I'll show you that why that is in just a minute. But before I close in the bottom of the shaft here, I just wanted to give you a little tour, show you what's going on here. So we've got the hoppers down here at the bottom, and I'm going to put these two right here are going to be filled back in with blocks all the way back up. So it'll be the 4x5 hole drop shaft just like it was before. So you just scooted it over to, which actually was advantageous because that allowed me to get this redstone a little tighter in here so that I didn't have to do all kinds of funky wiring and moving it around and trying to avoid the ice block and not lock any hoppers by accident, that kind of thing. So moving it over actually worked pretty good, and I stuck the dropper here in the corner of the pad. So that comes in, and if we take a let's see, if we take a couple items, you see clack 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 clack, out it goes, pops the items real good. They head down the ice shaft, or the compact ice thing here, and it goes off, and the item elevator, a glass elevator, is off over in that direction. So that's what it looks like down here. It worked really good. I was able to make good time, get this all filled in, or I mean moved over, and I will now get this filled in. And I will meet you back again here shortly. Let me get this filled in. I'll get up there to the top, and we'll see you in just a second. Okay, here we are. We're back. I've got a lot of it filled in here. It looks like I might need to grab a quick snack here. Refill my hunger bar. Okay, let me get that back out of the way again. Gonna need some more cobble. You can see we're filling it up, and I'll run back down and I'll clear this the ladder out once we're ready. And you can see here, this was the old lava blade. I just used water to kill it, turned it into obsidian. But I've got the new lava blade slots right there. I'll be putting the blades in. I just got to put the signs in so that'll work. But I just wanted to kind of bring you along on these last couple of spots here as I fill it in and give you a nice reveal on what we're doing. Just a few more blocks here, and we'll be good to go. 1, 2, and last one. There we go. Okay, so now here's the drop chute. As I said, I scooted it over a little bit, and let's try this. Let's do a little parkour. Got it. All right, so we'll fill that one in, fill that one in, and up we go. Now let me get to the top here. You can see we're right up against the wall. Here's our 3 spawn pads. But now we have these, I think, working a lot better. This looks a lot better. I think it's going to work a lot better. And you can see each of these 3 spawn pads will go from the front. We're going to call this edge here the front. And it's going to go from the front to the back. It's going to angle down, drop a few. And then there's the 8 blocks right here, so I can put water all along this leading edge. It'll give us the push to use the water. It'll push everything into that chute back there. The same thing is repeated on all 3 of these spawn pads. And then from either end, this is 8 blocks to right here, and from right there to right there is the 8 blocks. So there'll be source water blocks, and that'll push this way. There'll be source water blocks here pushing this way, and then underneath here, this is another 8 block here. Same thing with the one right below me. So there'll be source water blocks here, and that'll push, or I'll put them right here, either one. But then, so that'll have this one big long water stream coming in right here, and it'll stop right at the edge. No more need for pressure plates or any kind of other whiz-bang gadgetry. It'll just come from the end all the way right to the edge of the drop shaft, and it will drop the guardians right down. And in this pad, any guardians that happen to spawn right here in this area, they'll just right all the way down right to the bottom. The lava blades will catch them on fire. So everybody should be happy now. This looks so much better. I feel so much better about this. So now what needs to happen is we need to fill in the top areas here. We need to put the spawning areas with the water blocks, and so we get the guardians in there, get them going. We'll get the kills and the drops going, and I've tested it several times. Things are popping up over here just perfect. And I think those other blocks, we don't see them here because I took so long getting up, and I think they despawned. So not a big problem. Just for the grins and giggles of it, though, and I'm going to do this live on camera, so we'll see how well I actually did. So we're going to go right here, and we'll take these few blocks, and we'll drop a few into those hoppers, and now we'll run around over here. It should take a few moments, and we'll see these items come popping up. Here they are, and there's 23 of them. So, oh, here comes some more. There's another one, and another one, another one, another one. Oh, that is so cool, just watching them coming right up to you. That is so neat. I love it. I love it. I love it when things work out the way they're supposed to. All right, so now we've got that. Now, like I said, so now it's just building the spawn pads, getting this thing filled up with some water, and then the big ticket item is getting the sorting and storage system in right here. But my goal is to get as much done tonight as possible, and we'll see where that gets us. Oh, and just one last thing. Take a look at that beauty here. Oh, our beacon is right in the way. Take a look at that. That looks so much better from underneath. It looks a lot better, and it's not so gargantuan. And I'm thinking that I might replace this dark prismarine here. I might replace that with glass, so that you can, when you're hanging out down here, you can take a look, and you can see the guardians dropping, and you can see them popping through the lava blade there. So I think that'll be neat. So all right, that's it for this progress update, and we will look at Kagome over there. He's working on the pillars down here, trying to make things. Look at that. That is just awesome. The guy does awesome work. Love it. Loving it. Loving it. Also, we're running out of prismarine blocks too, so we had to come up with an idea to salvage some. So all right, we'll leave him to his work. We'll get back to work, and we will talk to you guys in a little bit. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're back, and this is the final progress report. We'll wrap up this section on the Guardian Farm, and as you can see behind me, the Guardian Farm is done. All the spawn pads are filled in, water, fence gates, drop shaft, lava blade, collection system, and glass item elevator. I put a temporary holder in here so until we get the storage system in, but you can see these have been running now for about 12 hours, and our drops have been very successful. Check this out. 2 full stacks of shards, half stack of the crystals. There was some placeholders. We got a bunch of fish. It is working like a champ. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Real quick, I know the video is getting long, but real quick here, you can see right down there, I did replace the front of this with glass so that you can see the guardians as they come in and drop through the lava blade. So as they kill, oh, there goes an item. You can see it right there. All right, there went some fish. Outstanding. It's working great. So I thank you for watching, and next time we'll tackle that storage and sorting system. Have a good one. Bye-bye.